Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.
Hello and welcome to Leicester Fan TV for tonight's Friday Night Fanzone show. It wouldn't be a Friday show without some kind of technical difficulties as always, but thanks for all of you who have joined so far. Tonight I will be joined by Hal from the Sheff United Way. We'll be looking forward to the Sheffield United game, of course, on Sunday. Later on, we'll have a little chat about last night's Europa League game. Absolutely dreadful. Let's just see a few people who have joined so far. Stefan's here, 321. Thank you, Stefan. Up the Foxes, CF31 is here. Ben is here, as always. Hi, Ben. And Stefan's here as well. Yeah, hiccup. It's always a hiccup on Friday with me. Let's get Hal straight in. Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good to speak to you again. We've chatted before, haven't we? And on All Leeds TV. This is great.
Yes, yeah, brilliant to speak to you again, mate. Hopefully we do you over this Sunday, but well, we'll get on to that. We'll get on to that in a minute.
What a welcome.
Well, yeah, of course. Let's get a few comments in. So Grace says, Lox, what's going to happen Sunday for you to shave that Swede of yours? Just to let you know, Hal, I don't know why, but every single week for this season, there has been a bet. They've called it the Baldilocks bet, where basically I have to think of something that must happen in a game for me to get my head shaved. So normally they're kind of, stuff like Vardy to score a hat-trick or Wesley Fofana to score and Leicester to win, stuff like that. We'll decide on the Baldilocks bet in a minute because, in about 10 minutes or so, we'll get Hal to pick the one for this week. So, no pressure there, Hal. But yeah, Hal. So yeah, as I said, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Obviously, we've got Leicester versus Sheffield United this Sunday. I want to start with Sheffield United, and I'm sure you get this all the time, really, at the minute, because last season you finished 9th, was it? I believe. This season you're sitting at the bottom of the table. I've not had a chance to speak to you recently about it. What's going on?
We're playing really well. We're creating more chances than any other team, apart from Leicester, and we're just not taking them. So we are, ruining our XG. I was going to say outperforming. It'd be outperforming if we scored more than we created, but we are underperforming our XG. That's the word. So we are, I think, down 18 goals from where we should be if you follow XG. And the example at West Bromwich Albion was we had an XG of, it was 3.4, so we should have scored 3 goals, and we scored 0. So that's our most recent game, and just an example of where our problem lies.
Well, there we go. I mean, I know you mentioned there, you've not created as much chances as Leicester, but believe it or not, Leicester have actually created the least chances in the Premier League this season, which is it's a weird one because we're sitting 4th, 3 points off top of the league. 1/3 of our goals this season have been penalties as well.
Wow.
That's another interesting one for you. To be fair, Hal, I think there's a bit of worry amongst Leicester fans for this Sunday, mate, because obviously Leicester this season, I would say over the past few seasons, really, we've performed a lot better against the bigger teams, the teams that come at us a lot. This season, mate, when we face teams that are, going to sit back behind the ball, defend, we've not been able to break them down at all. We've, Fulham beat us 2-0, playing, counter-attacking football, which is, ironic for Leicester. So I think that, do you see Sheffield United playing that way against us on Sunday? Do you see, because obviously, no Premier League manager or club is thick. They would have seen Leicester struggle against these teams that sat back. So do you think you'll set up like that on Sunday?
Well, first of all, I must praise you for calling us Sheffield United and not Sheffield.
Yes, I know. I remember from a few weeks ago, mate. Yeah,
I just read some comments already calling us Sheffield, and I'm already annoyed. So when it's a 3-team city, so
there we go. Sheffield.
There you go. I can't stand it, and I can't abide it. What do I expect? When you're at home, you're always expected, the impetus is really on you to create chances. And of course, normally when there's fans in the stadium, that's what they expect. And they're baying for blood if you're not creating chances. Well, of course, there's no fans at Bramall Lane. Sheffield is in a tier 3, so it's not going to have fans for a while. And no team has suffered more without fans than the Red and White Wizards. So we're really struggling there. So I actually think we could be a team that maybe sits back and plays on the counter-attack, because there won't be those fans baying for us to just go for the jugular. It'll be interesting. I think if I look back at how the Blades played against Leicester last season, particularly at Bramall Lane, you hit us on the counter, and sort of nicked it by 1 goal with a magical strike from Harvey Barnes. Then away from home, when we played you, you were all over us, and we tried to hit you on the counter, and that's often the way it is, home and away. But I do expect it to be different with no fans, and I think that we will try and hit you guys on the counter. And if you're thinking of hitting us on the counter, well, it could be quite an interesting game if both teams have that plan.
Yeah, I think we'll get the score predictions on in a bit, but I think I've already seen quite a few people saying 0-0 for this Sunday, mate. CF that you want apologizes for calling you Sheffield.
You know if you apologise, I have no problem with it at all. Fair play to you. Fair play.
There's no need to talk about the other club, right? There's no relevance.
It's not. I don't even think about. I know the club you're on about. It's because of Sheffield FC. I think I've mentioned that to you before.
Of course.
They're the club that created football. So without Sheffield FC, you and I wouldn't even be talking now. So that's why they're called Sheffield. So that's why they deserve the respect.
Yeah. Gray says we need to attack from the off, Blades there for the taking. Now, I think Hal, basically you asked me, what I thought the predicted 11 was going to be, before earlier on. Leicester have Leicester have set up recently, a lot of the time in a 5 or a 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. 3 centre halves, two wing backs, and then obviously further up the pitch a little bit more narrow. That formation, obviously, of course, was one which got a lot of praise when we were playing the likes of Man City, Arsenal, hitting them on the counter. Obviously, on Sunday, it's not going to be that type of game. We're not going to be sitting behind the ball against Sheffield United, hitting you on the counter all the time. But I think a lot of fans from Leicester are wanting us to play a 4 at the back now. There's one here. Someone says 4-4-2. I don't think that's going to happen. It's not 2016 anymore, but I've watched a couple of Sheffield United games this season. What kind of formation have you been playing recently?
Well, first of all, 4-4-2 worked all right for you before, didn't it?
It did, yeah. But we ain't got Ranieri anymore. It's Brendan Rodgers. So
it's fascinating hearing what you said, because the Blades fans want 4 at the back as well. We play the same formation as you largely, 5 at the back, and we have lost our Virgil van Dijk in Jack O'Connell. The biggest loss possible, bigger loss than Dean Henderson. So without Jack O'Connell, we've been playing 7 different options at the back, and it just hasn't worked. We've stuck diligently to this 5 at the back, and the 3 that play are normally Jack O'Connell on the left-hand side, Egan in the middle, and Basham on the right. Well, Basham stayed on the right, Egan stayed in the middle, and it's who's replaced Jack O'Connell. And we can't decide. We tried Keane Bryan against West Bromwich Albion, a guy who was on loan at Bolton last season for his Premier League debut. I think he's more famous for his missus being some sort of celebrity TV. Well, I don't know. I don't follow anything that isn't football, so I don't know who she is. But we've tried Enda Stevens, who's our left back at centre back, which I know Christian Fuchs will play sometimes at centre back as well. So you're used to seeing a left back play at centre back. But Stevens hasn't worked at all. I mean, he's shorter than me, and I'm 5'7", so he loses everything in the air, and that's cost us quite a few goals. Against Liverpool, we lost by 1 goal, and that was because of something in the air. Same against Wolves. It's just been disappointing that we can't either change system or find someone to replace Jack O'Connell.
Yeah, spot on. I mean, someone's put here 0-0. I mean, I'll say it now. That's my prediction for Sunday already.
I will bite your hand off for a 0-0.
To be fair, mate, I think there'll be some Leicester fans out there who will bite my hand off as well for a 0-0, if I'm honest. So interesting story here. Going off topic, got left behind after the match at Sheffield's. In Sheffield or Sheffield.
It's a place, United. It's a city, I'll accept that.
Coach went without me. The local police gave me some money to catch the train back to Hinckley. My parents refunded them, and I was grateful for the help. Nice story, that. Nice story.
I've got to say, I've had similar experience with the police when I crashed my car, and they drove me to work. So the Yorkshire police, who do get quite a lot of stick, really have, on 2 occasions, the examples there, come up trumps.
There we go. There's a few predictions coming in. We'll go into that soon. Someone's put here. Is it Mousset or Mousset? Apparently he's returning.
Chris Wilder calls him Mousset, but Mousset. we all as fans say Lys Mousset. So okay. Who knows? I mean, Chris Wilder also pronounces Sander Berger as Xander Berge. So I don't know. I don't think Chris knows his own players. Mousset actually is already back. He played against West Bromwich Albion. He came on as a sub and missed a sitter. When you say sitter, you maybe picture a ball played across the face of goal, 6 yards out. No. He was on the line, and he managed to get it over the bar. Impossible. He couldn't do that 100 times again if he tried.
Well, do you think that will be a boost? I mean, obviously, you've recently signed.
I've just said.
I'm clutching at straws here, mate. I mean, Ryan Brewster, a signing for you guys, was it 25 or 20 million, something like that?
23.
20, in the middle, there we go. 23 million quid. What are your thoughts on how he started? I mean, I was looking at him and thinking, because obviously, before the season started, you're looking at Sheffield United 9th place last season. No one expected them to be where they are now. But I thought, Ryan Brewster's a good signing. He's a good young player. So I know that he's not had the best of starts. What are your thoughts on him? And do you think he'll play on Sunday?
Yeah, it's perfectly fair what you said there. Also, I've seen some Blades fans even say silly things like, we fluked 9th place last season. You can't fluke a season. No. When Leicester won the Premier League, they deserved to win the Premier League. Yeah. And you also probably saw neutral fans saying, oh, Leicester fluked the Premier League. That's not true at all. You stuck to your formation and largely the same 11. And it worked. It's hard to win a Premier League with Danny Simpson, but you did it, and I've got to respect that. Lys Mousset's, as we mentioned before, he's already back, so he might partner Ryan Brewster. That would be, I think, what a lot of Blades fans want to see, because they have in Mousset pace, and in Brewster he is the reincarnation of Billy Sharp, because he's a fox in the box.
Billy Sharp.
So Billy is just your standard poacher. He's not going to dribble past people. He's not going to shoot from 30 yards. He's just someone who's going to take a chance when he gets it, and he really does. And we all love Billy. And actually, I think if we played Billy against West Brom even for 4 seconds, he'd have got a goal. So we're always a bit baffled when Billy isn't involved. He wasn't even on the bench last 2 games. So more Blades would like to see Billy involved, I think, than Ryan Brewster, because Billy has scored like 100 goals for us. Ryan Brewster yet to score. You can tell there's a player in there. He had his best performance against West Brom. He was tracking back. He was making things happen. He wasn't waiting for things to happen, which he'd done every game prior. He decided, okay, if I'm going to make it work at Sheffield United, it's not going to be like when I was in the Liverpool Academy. It's not going to be on a plate. I'm going to have to go back to halfway like David McGoldrick does, win it, and make things happen. And he did. And he looked better against West Brom. Still missed a sitter, though.
There we go. And finally, two more questions, actually. I want you to basically, because I know I've mentioned Brewster and things like that, but I want you to basically, let all the Leicester fans who are watching know, who do you see being, players that are going to cause us problems on Sunday? The ones that are likely to cause trouble.
Oh, it's probably your own players making mistakes.
That's true. I completely agree there. Yeah.
It's so difficult. We don't have a creative midfielder, really. You know, Blades fans would say John Fleck, but he's come back from injury and looks lacking in form because of fitness. Sanderberger has been in and out in terms of dominating games. Some games he's just incredible, he's unplayable, and other games he can be quite innocuous. And then Ollie Norwood, we've not seen Ollie Norwood be Ollie Norwood since lockdown, and Ollie Norwood's famous ping. It just hasn't happened. He's looked a shadow of his former self. And then John Lundstrom, he's got his contract situation where he doesn't want to play anymore for Sheffield United, so fans have turned against him. You know, I still rate John Lundstrom, and he's our most attacking threat, but because he wants to leave, in fact, he's going to leave. He's definitely going to leave. He probably won't start. So we don't really have anyone in midfield that I would say you need to be particularly worried about. It's probably more the fact that we attack solely down the right-hand side. So George Baldock can't finish, gets in great positions, doesn't have many assists to his name. In fact, I don't know why I picked him, but George Baldock, he'll see a lot of the ball.
Perfect. And finally, in the comments as well, get yours in. But score predictions, Hal. I said mine. I'm going 0-0. I think it's the first time this season I've predicted a draw. You know, not a win for Leicester. So. But yeah, I just don't see. I see this being a horrible game, if I'm honest with you. I'm going 0-0. What do you think?
It's a good one. It's a good question because the form guide. You know, you guys have lost the last two, if we include Luhansk. We haven't beaten anyone since June. So it looks like a 0-0 is a really sensible shout. I will just, while I'm procrastinating, I will just say, for those wondering, I'm not Chris Wilder out. No Sheffield United fan with any sense is Chris Wilder out. We could get relegated with 1 point, beating Derby's record by some distance, and he will just take us back up. If Chris Wilder wasn't our manager and we got relegated to the Championship, you'd look at managers out there and you'd say, well, I want Chris Wilder because he's done it before. So you'd want Chris Wilder. He's a blade, as lots of our players are as well, which is quite rare nowadays. So that's given me enough thinking time. I've got head and heart, right? So head says 0-0.
Yeah.
Heart says we will win 2-1. I just can't see us scoring 2. So maybe if you guys get 2 own goals or a penalty, that could be quite interesting. And also, you wanted me to say something for your head shaving, right?
Yes. Yeah. Very quickly. Yeah. To finish on. What should the Baldilocks bet be? Not too hard, not too difficult. Somewhere in the middle, Hal.
Give me an example of a previous one. I've got one in my mind.
We had James Justin to score and Leicester to win, or Christian Fuchs to score the winner, stuff like that. Vardy to score a hat trick, stuff like that.
All right. What about Vardy to score and for him to do some form of celebration, which will be like he did last time, the pig celebration? So it's not enough for him to score. He's got to do something that is insulting to Sheffield United. Okay. Because as we all know, he's a massive Sheffield Wednesday fan.
That might be the easiest one yet, but Hal, because it's come from you, we'll go with it. So
sorry, I mean, I don't want you to have to shave your head.
Next time I speak to you, I'll probably have a crew cut, mate. But no, that's brilliant, mate. Thanks so much for coming on. Just quickly I know it's here as well, but quickly let people know where they can find your content and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would just say, if you might think you're a Leicester fan, why would I watch stuff from the Sheff United Way? We interview former players who've played for a variety of clubs, and we do it a bit like the Under the Cosh podcast, where we just talk about their entire career. Last night, we haven't released it yet, but we interviewed Gus Uhlenbeek, and he talked about his hero being Kevin Keegan, and then he ends up playing for Fulham. That stuff's just interesting, and how he was he ever going to tell Kevin that he was my boyhood hero, and had his posters on the wall. Nothing to do with the Blades. We just have interesting chats with former footballers. So if you like that sort of stuff, head over to the Sheff United Way. If you've got a Blades fan in your life, we do merch as well that you can get them just before Christmas.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you so much for coming on, and I'll be in touch after the game, depending on the score, of course, to hopefully arrange something else, mate. Cheers. Thanks so much. No. Cheers, pal. Right, guys. So that was Hal. Like I said, check out the Sheff United Way on Twitter and all of that, and check out the content. Really good stuff. But yeah, I think it's time to move on to a new part of the show. Now, I can see a couple of people waiting. I have seen a comment as well in the comments somewhere from Jono Towers. So Jono, come on, Jono, mate. Time's ticking. Get on. I can see Jason. I can see Jack. I can see Mayan. Ross, I can see you there too. Put a thumbs up if you're going to be available in about 10 minutes because I'll bring you on after the quiz. But let's get in the first 2 contestants. Here we go. Here's Jack. Hello, mate.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yes, good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah.
And here is Jason. Evening, Jason.
Nope.
Can you hear me all right, mate?
How you doing? All right. I'm having a bit of trouble with the audio here in a minute. I'm just, it's a bit breaking up a little bit. Hang on, let me try and sort it out.
Oh, that's all right. No problem. No problem. 1 second. There we go. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready there, Jason. Guys, just to let you all know, I can see Jono. Yeah, Jono's still lying around. Jono, if you go on the, I'll quickly put the link in the chat. Mayan, I'll be about just a few minutes, Mayan, and then I'll get you added in as well. Here we go. There's the link, Jono. It should be on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, in the comments. Look, just that one. Click that one and come and join because it is time for the quiz. Now, let's just check on Jason's audio.
That's better.
Perfect, yeah?
Yep,
okay. So our first 2 contestants for this brand new quiz on Leicester Fan TV is Jack and Jason. Now, if you don't know already, the quiz is called Come On You Fox Quiz. And this is the intro to it and also the rules. So you might want to close your eyes for this. It's not great, but here we go. It's time for the most anticipated game show of the year. It is time for Come On You Fox Quiz. So this is how it all works. You will each be asked 5 questions. Whoever gets the most answers correct will go through to the next round. If there is a tie, there will of course be a tiebreaker question that is asked. The closest answer, of course, will go through. Just 2 rules for you all to follow, so please pay attention. Anyone who is watching, any viewers, please do not put the answers in the comments because it will spoil the fun. And of course, the 1 rule for the contestants, no Googling. If you do Google, you will be excluded from the competition and you will enter the Hall of Shame. Thank you very much, and let's get right into it. There we go. So we are ready. Jack, oh, are you there, Jack? There.
I'm here, yeah.
Right, okay. So what we'll do is we will start with, let me just see who was drawn first, and it was, let's see. Who was the home team, chaps? Let's have a look. There we go. It was Jack. So Jack is to go first. Now, Jack, do you want questions 1 or questions 2?
I'll take questions 2, please.
Questions 2. Okay. 5 questions. Get as many as right as possible. No time. Well, if you're taking ages, then, you know, you're going to have to hurry up. So here we go. Are you ready, Jack?
Yeah, let's go.
How many goals did Adi Akinbayi score for Leicester in all competitions? 7 or 13?
7.
Incorrect. Who has scored more goals for Leicester in all competitions? Andy King or David Nugent?
David Nugent.
Incorrect. How many different club teams did Diego Maradona play for?
I'm gonna go 6.
Oh, really close. Incorrect. Not going well, Jack. Who won Euro 88?
Well, Argentina won it in 86, so I'm going for Spain.
No, incorrect. Come on, you can get this one, chat. Last one. Name 1 player that was sent off for Leicester in the 15-16 title-winning season. Just
Danny
1.
Simpson.
Yes, correct. So, Jack, you finished with 1 point in that round. Jason, are you feeling confident after that? I should hope so.
A little bit.
Okay.
It's like the chase.
So, are you all ready? Are you ready, Jason?
Yep, go for it.
Here we go. How many times have Leicester competed in the Champions League?
Once.
Yes, correct. Which Leicester manager signed Ricardo Pereira from Porto?
Claudio Ranieri.
Incorrect. Which
Well.
German team did Leicester sign Christian Fuchs from on a free transfer in 2015?
Schalke.
Yes, correct. Who was manager of Leicester in December 2001?
Paulo Sousa.
No.
Taylor.
Which goalkeeper holds the record for the all-time most Premier League clean sheets?
Pat Jennings.
No, incorrect. So don't worry, you got two. Jack, unfortunately, that means you are out of the quiz. Jason, just winning by one, does go through into the next round of the quiz, who will play the winner of whoever wins this next one between Mayan and Jono. So thanks, guys. Thank you for coming on. And we'll Jamie will be in touch. Jamie will be in touch for your next fixture. If either of you want to stay on in the background, then
I'll stay on. I'll stay on until Ross comes on. Yeah.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jack.
Cheers, Lox.
So the first winner is Jason. So well done, Jason. Now let's get in game number 2, and it is between Mayan and Jono. So let's add them in one by one. Let's get Mayan in. Mayan, how are you? Are you all right, mate?
Yeah, I've been up and down. My dog just passed away.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that.
And also got a new dog as well called Wesley Farner.
Wesley Fafana, yes, love that, love that. Let's get Jono in. How are you, mate? You all right?
Evening, guys. Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good, good. Right, so the home team in this leg is Mayan. So, Mayan, you can choose between questions 1 or questions 2. Which one would you like? 1 or 2?
I have 1. 1.
Okay. Are you ready to go? Yeah. Are you ready for the questions? 5 questions.
I can't hear you properly.
Oh, can you hear me all right?
Noise.
Johnny, can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine, can you just I'll go slow if you want. I'll go slow. Yeah. So who scored the penalty versus Leicester in the Champions League quarter-final against Atletico Madrid?
Vardy.
No, against Leicester. Against Leicester.
Griezmann.
So, yeah, Griezmann, correct, yes. Which current Leicester player has 3 Premier League medals?
I can't hear you properly because you're doing that dog kick noise.
Oh, yeah, which Leicester player? Yeah, great. What we'll do is we'll quickly... Jono, do you mind? We'll go with you now. Is that all right? We'll switch to your questions now. So anyway, we'll get through this. So Jono, question, here we go. So how many League Cups have Leicester City won?
2, I think.
Incorrect. Very close. It was 3. Who scored the winning goal in Leicester's 3-2 home victory over Aston Villa in September 2015?
The winner.
I'll give you a clue. He was knocked out. That should give it away.
Oh, Dyer. Would it
there
be?
We go. Yeah. Yeah. I gave you that clue because I did help Mayan out when I said against Leicester. So correct. What type of food did Tottenham Hotspur blame for not obtaining a Champions League spot in the 2005-2006 season? They blamed a type of food for not qualifying for the Champions League. If you had to guess.
Fish and chips. I don't know that.
No, that's incorrect. It was lasagna, a dodgy lasagna, apparently. Ian Hume, friend of the channel, joined Leicester in 2005 from which club?
Millwall.
Incorrect. It was Tranmere. And finally, who scored more goals for Leicester in all competitions? Heskey or Lineker?
That's a good question. Oh, Lineker.
Correct. So you did get 1. What was that? 1, Two. Yeah, you got 2 points. So unlucky. Yeah, the League Cup you said 2. It was 3. The lasagna, Tranmere, Ian Hume signed 4. So yeah. So Johnny, you've got 2. Let's just try and see if Mayan's able to get through this. Mayan, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect. So you got the first question right. You said Griezmann. So that's 1 point. The second question is, which current Leicester player has 3 Premier League medals, winning medals, 3 Premier League medals?
Vardy.
Nope, that's Johnny Evans. Which player scored, this is a difficult one, which player scored Wimbledon FC's only ever Premier League hat-trick?
Oh, that.
If you want to...
I think it was.
Who was that, sorry?
I think it was.
No. Yeah, not no. Who wears the current number 26 shirt for Leicester?
Pratt.
Yes, correct. Well done. And finally, who was Leicester City's first signing over £1 million?
I'm not guessing. Chilwell.
No, incorrect. It was Mark Draper. So that's a tie, I believe. That's 2 points each. So it does go to a tiebreaker. Now, Mayan, you will be able to answer first. It's a question. The closest wins. The closest to the right answer wins. All right. So, Mayan, how many goals did Heskey score for Leicester in all competitions?
100.
Okay. And Jono, what was your answer?
I don't think it was as many as 100. I think he got about 111 in Premier League goals, didn't he? So I'm going to guess around about 35.
35. Okay. So the winner of this one, because they are the closest, is Jono. So the answer is 40. So you were really close. So Emil Heskey scored 40 goals for Leicester in all competitions. So Jono, you have gone through to the next round. Unlucky Mayan, that was really close, to be fair. The first tiebreaker one. So thank you both for coming on. As I said before, Jamie will be in touch, Jono, to arrange the next fixture. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Thanks for both of you for popping on and taking part in the quiz. All right.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, mate.
Cheers,
guys. Thank you. So there we go. So Jack Mars, no, was it Jack? No, it was Jason, wasn't it? Jason Mills and Jono are both through to the next round of the quiz. Now we've got a time for just a little bit of time here. Let's add in Ross. Let's add in Jack. Evening, lads.
Evening.
I'm in a rush tonight. So basically, Ross and Jack. Ross, what's your score prediction for tomorrow, Ross?
Sunday, you mean?
Sunday.
Sunday. So obviously it'll be a massive game. Well, a massive game against Sheffield United. Obviously bigger for me. Bearing in mind, I'm from Sheffield. 3 of my best mates are Sheffield United fans. My head is saying 3-0 Leicester.
Yep.
But obviously my heart at the minute, the way we've been playing, I think a draw. I think I'm going to say 1-1 because
1-1.
Obviously, we have a habit of playing teams that are out of form and then they end up beating us or they end up getting a result against us. So obviously it depends on what team comes out as well. Obviously Ricardo's back. Ricardo's fully back now. I don't know if that's Soyuncu yet. We don't know any news properly until tomorrow. So obviously I'm going to say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to say 2-0 Leicester.
2-0 Leicester.
Yeah, 2-0 Leicester. The goal scorers, I really want Vardy to score so we can have some fun with the celebration.
Yeah. And Jack, your score prediction for tomorrow?
Well, Sunday, 2-0 to us. But my head's saying 2-1 to Sheffield United. How we've been playing it in a minute, so it's crazy.
Well, no. Yeah, I'm going with the 0-0. Boring. The watch long will be really boring. But yeah, guys, sorry that it was so rushed. Next week I'm going to start earlier, so we'll have longer to talk about the actual game instead of rushing. If any of you want to watch, if you head over to All Leeds TV right now on YouTube, I'll be over there. So thanks to both of you for coming on, and and we'll see you next Friday. All right.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Brilliant, man.
lads. Thank you. So, guys, sorry about the rush show tonight, of course, but that was the first quiz. That went all right, didn't it? Jono and Jason Mills through to the next round. So, as always, thanks all for watching. Jono reckons he wants _ Lox to buzz it off. Oh, God. Oh, God. Great. I'm not fashioning any comments up and getting rid. I've got your comments up. I get everyone's comments up. Thank you very much. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. And we will see you for the watch along on Sunday. And Jamie's, of course. Jamie's show at 10:30. Cheers, guys.
Everyone, it's Christian Fuchs here. I would like to say a big thank you to our fans and keep having our back for the upcoming Premier League season as well as the Europa League. Keep watching Leicester Fan TV. They have the latest news and they keep you up to date on leicesterfantv.com. So stay tuned and thanks for your support.